But you know who allowed this to happen, right? Who? The media. This dynamic should not be allowed to happen in the media. The media should be the guardians of transparency, freedom, and liberty, the guardians of the people in pursuit of the truth, not the narrative, but the truth. In a functioning media, what the Democrats did in this Biden administration would never, ever, ever happen. No administration, Republican or Democrat, would ever be able to get away with it because the media would be relentless about Biden's cognitive decline. It would be every single day in the White House press briefing, every single day. And guess what? This Wall Street Journal piece comes out. Yeah, too little, too late. Thanks, guys. Already had 4 years of utter devastation in the White House. Thanks for putting this out there now. But now journalists are using it as an opportunity to apologize for not pressing harder. Chris Calizza was one of them, but just listen for yourself.
As a reporter, I have a confession to make. I should have pushed harder earlier for more information about Joe Biden's mental and physical well-being and any signs of decline. So let me explain. Joe Biden was president from 2020 to 2024. I worked at CNN through 2022. During that time, the early part when I was at CNN, 2020 to 2022, Republicans would regularly ping me and say, why don't you ask more questions to Joe Biden and how he's doing? He's 76, 77, 78-year-old man. And I would sort of brush them off because what I would say is, well, there's no obvious evidence that he's declining. Yeah, he moves a little slower, he talks a little slower, but there's no evidence that he's declining. And the White House and the people around Joe Biden were absolutely adamant that suggesting anything, asking the question about whether he was in some physical, mental, or both decline was offensive. How could you? It's age shaming. And I think that impacted me at some level because while I did ask the question from time to time of, not directly the White House, but aides and people around in that orbit, I didn't really push on it, if I'm being honest. Now, once I left CNN and once it became a little bit more clear to me about Biden's age, I think I did write pretty regularly and talk pretty regularly about how I wasn't sure that this guy was up to it. And then obviously after the June 27th debate, everybody, including me, was writing and talking about it. The reason that
I'm sorry, folks, but I got to call bullshit here. You realize that these apologies are coming now after Biden is on his way out, right? They only ever come when there really isn't any political cost to going after Democrats. You understand, right? Holding truth to power, speaking truth to power. Journalists don't do that when Democrats are in power because there's a political cost to it. They won't get invited to the parties anymore if they say bad things about Joe Biden when they should have said bad things about Joe Biden. Not even bad things, just the truth, for God's sake.